I'ma do the shit my ways, I ain't got nothing to prove. I chase that second always, I ain't got nothing to lose. Gonna work while you niggas all play, I've been locked in all day. Know they hate, just keep letting watching, I can't let that stop me. Ay, young nigga done bossed up.
Yo, what's going on out there, world? It's CN, aka Mr. Do Better, Big 100, checking in once again with the Vibrations Podcast. I hope everybody doing good out there listening, you know what I'm saying? I hope everybody taking care of themselves, doing what they supposed to be doing, raising a vibration. And cause you know I am. So today, you know, I want to get right into it. I'm gonna be talking about the ego today. And so I'm gonna just hop right into it. So your ego, just like fear with the last podcast, it doesn't exist. So let me break that down right quick. So when I say your ego doesn't exist, I mean that this is basically a facade. You know, the entire world is an illusion, you know. But like I said, we so powerful and what we truly are that we create a reality, and in that reality we create an ego. When you first born, there's no I. You know, when you a baby, you don't have this perception of an I or what am I. You don't have that perception. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I don't know this because it's no way to find this out, but I believe when you a baby, at least in the womb, you know everything, like you all know it. But that's just a theory that I have myself. But when you're just being born and you're a baby, you don't have this idea of an I. Your parents teach you that who you are and the I, you know, but this is not who you truly are, you know what I'm saying? On a spiritual level, this ain't who you are. This is just I, me, you know, whatever your mama named you, you know, CN does not exist. You gotta understand that. This is just an ego. It's a persona. It's like, just like you make a character on 2K and you can name him whatever you want to be. You can do this, do that to him. It's the same thing. Like it's an ego. It's made up. You know what I'm saying? So if you was, I'm gonna use the example I used the last time. If your mother had you and y'all was on a deserted island, and just say for instance your mother passed away right after you was born, and somehow, some way you was able to survive throughout your infancy or whatever, you wouldn't have an idea of no I. You wouldn't be saying, because you wouldn't have been taught no language or nothing like that, because you know what I'm saying. But you would still grow and still be, you know what I'm saying. You would still grow up, but you wouldn't have no idea of a language, or you don't have no idea of what an I is. So this is just to show y'all that the I is made up. You know, us as human beings, again, we don't have no idea how we got on Earth. We don't, we born with nothing. We taught everything and we learn everything, you know what I'm saying? So everything is just our perception of it as far as the outgoing world goes, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have, like, if going back to the example, just say it was me. If I was, I just said it again, you know, but just say it was me in that situation, I wouldn't have no idea of what an I is, you understand me? Like, I would just know my surroundings. I would know that I'm on this deserted island. I know that this weird flowing stuff that's from the earth, which is what we call water, I wouldn't put a name on it, you know what I'm saying? That's just something as humans that we've done in order to, I guess, cope with being here, to make things make sense, you know what I'm saying? Which you making nothing make sense, you know what I'm saying? This is just what is what is, you know what I'm saying? It's like we try to, just like what they call the motherland, you know, Africa, where we all supposed to be derived from. Like, who named it Africa? You know what I'm saying? Like, when was this a collective thing that we was to name this land? I believe that all of this naming and stuff and things of that nature came from the Europeans, the colonizers, those people. And they only came into existence about 6,000 years ago, and the Earth been here millions of years. And the Aboriginal people that look like me been here millions of years. So where did they come from? Nobody can. Besides religion, nobody can answer that question. I had to include that. I'm not a racist. I'm not none of that. But if you watching this right now and you can explain to me where the origin of a white person came from, do that. And not using religion, by the way, or any history books or anything. If you could show me on paper, then I believe you. But you can't, because you don't know. But anyway, I believe that this came from the Europeans, the whatever you want to call them, the Caucasus, the Caucasians. They had this whole idea of needing to name places, and because our ancient ancestors, they didn't name places. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just here, why do you need to name this? You understand me? Why do you need to understand this? We was put here for a reason. We just serving our purposes to have this experience. What do I need to name things for? Put labels on things. You know what I'm saying? That's just to divide and conquer. You know, when you categorize things, when you divide things, you know, it causes tension, it causes problems. You know, it's plenty of psychology reports. There's plenty of studies that show when you divide things. Go look up the blue eye, brown eye study. It was by a lady, you know what I'm saying? She did a blue eye, brown eye study to show like how racism works and things like that. But go look that up. That is exactly what, you know, people have done. Well, they have done to the entire world. But go look that up. It's gonna be little kids and they sit in the classroom. It's called the blue eye, brown eye study. Go look that up. Now, the ego. Back to the ego. So just know that you created your ego, okay? And before I get done, I gotta have you understand this, is that your ego is not you. Your ego is just something that you created, okay? So I came into this earth. Now, remember this, we are human beings. We are not human beings, okay? We are human beings, but we're not human beings. And what I mean by that is that you are a spirit, okay? You are a divine being. Like you're connected to what they call God. Like you're that, okay? You're this celestial, spiritual, you know what I'm saying? This being, you know what I'm saying? Your energy, pure energy from the universe, okay? You're not just this flesh. You're not just this conditioning. That is not you, okay? That is the ego. The ego belongs to the flesh, okay? So, man, do that. So, when I like to speak from my spirit and from truth and from, you know, the universe, I guess you could say. Even though I'm speaking through the ego, you understand? So, when a lot of people say that, like with preachers and things like that, they say that God is speaking through that man. You know, that's the higher source. You know, the higher being, the creator. That is not the ego speaking through that man. You know what I'm saying? So, and that is what we all do. The universe uses us all in a certain way. You know, the creator, which is us, but the creator uses us all in a certain way and uses, it's all, everything is connected. You gotta understand that. But back to the ego, because I could go all day about the universe and things like that, but I gotta get you to understand that the ego is not who you truly are, okay? In order to connect with who you truly are, you have to practice what they call spiritual practices, which is not spiritual at all. It is just pure and who you truly are. So you have to find truth. So gain knowledge, meditate. You see, the ego get in the way of meditation. You know, I don't know if you never tried to meditate yourself, but when I was first trying to meditate, I would get a lot of thoughts and, you know, just be distracted. And I think I'm not doing it right, but you are doing it right. You know, it's not nothing that, like, you're not just going breathe and just do this and and all that and start floating or get downloads, or that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? If you getting thoughts, if you getting distracted and woo, that's what is supposed to be happening. You know what I'm saying? When you get into that, all you have to do is say, I am not my thoughts, because you're not your thoughts. When you're in meditation and you keep getting like things in your head, random ideas, that's your subconscious. What you've been taking in all day, what you listen to, what you read, what you see, that goes to your subconscious mind. I'm gonna do a podcast on the subconscious and the conscious mind. But yeah, everything that those distractive thoughts, those are supposed to be there. You understand me? So don't pay close attention, but just know that those thoughts are there for a reason. But don't focus on that, okay? Just know that, just focus on the thing that you are not your thoughts. The true self is just the observer. The ego is what is thinking all these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? You are the true self. With who you are is just the observer. This body is this vessel, this vehicle, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna do what its purpose is, and that's to have the human experience. But you can't control the mechanics and manipulate the way that you want your human experience to go, because this is your reality. So you gotta understand that. So just know that you are not the ego. And a lot of people don't understand that. So that's why a lot of people are confused and depressed and don't know why they in the world, don't know their purpose. When you get that basic understanding that, wow, I'm not my ego, I'm just the creator of the ego. I'm the soul, the spirit living inside this vessel. You understand me? And when you understand that, you'll be able to tap in. You'll be able to meditate and know why you're meditating, and it's gonna get beautiful from that point. You know what I'm saying? Like when I realized, like, I'm just here. I'm not controlling anything. I'm not the ego. I'm just the creator of it. Understand me? But yeah, that's the ego for y'all, man. Just know that you are not your ego and you are not your thoughts. You're the observer. You're the higher self. That's really you. When I talk about, you and then your higher self, you gotta understand that you are your higher self. The ego is just what us humans use in order to interact and to understand why we here and try to put it into a box. But when you get to the nitty gritty, when you understand that you can't put this in a box, this is something that's unfathomable, however you say that word, unfathomable. You can't fathom it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's about it. Just do more research. Don't just take my word for it. Ask your higher self. Ask yourself, because you know all. You are all. So just go within. That's what I mean when I say go within. You know what I'm saying? Start meditating. Start saying Gary's, and I'm gonna keep stressing that. Eat right. Eliminate meat out your diet, please, please, please. And just continue to be you and show some love. Smile today. Do something positive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the Vibration Podcast. All love. I hope y'all continue to take care of yourself. Ask questions. Don't just settle for anything. Ask the questions. Because that's how you find the answers, by asking questions. But do better, and all I gotta say is go.